Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss the while loops used in the Python. So while loop repeats as long as a certain condition, Boolean condition is met. We generally use this loop when we do not know the number of times to be iterated beforehand. So the for loop we use when we know the number of iterations beforehand. For example, if a loop has to be repeated 5 times, we will use for loop. But when we do not know, that is the point where we use while loop. So how is the body of a while is you write while after that text expression and then a colon, and all the block of commands will become a suit here which has to come in the while body. So all the commands which you want to be repeated inside the loop has to be placed here. So the once in the start the text expression is checked. If the text expression is true, then only it will enter the body of the while and execute the statements, and it will go back again and check the test expression again. So the moment the text expression is false, it will come out of the while loop. It will not continue. So the while loop runs as long as this test expression is true. The moment it is false, it will come out of the loop. And let me tell you, anything we write in the test expression, which is an empty list or an empty string or an empty tuple or an empty dictionary or a number which is 0, is always false. It is always false. So it will never enter the while loop. Now let's go to an example of a while loop. We have seen a while loop printing the natural numbers from 1 to 10. I'm sorry, we have seen a for loop in my earlier videos. Now I'll be showing you the while loop. So in the while, what you have to do is you will have to take a variable whose starting value you have assigned. So what is the variable here on the basis of which we are testing the condition? It is I. So we are saying as long as I is less than 11, the loop should continue running and all the statements inside the while should be executed. Now, when we are testing for I, we need to give some starting value to the I. So the starting value of I is here is 1. And the table and the number whose table has to be printed, we are taking from the user. So if the user gives the number 1, then it will be 7 into 1, 7 into 2. Now make sure that the variable on which you are doing the condition testing has been changed inside the loop. So if you will not change the I variable, the I will remain as 1. And as 1 less than 11 will always be true, and this will go into an infinite loop which will never stop. So you need to update the value of the I. So you need to update the value of the I. Now here I becomes 1 plus 1 is 2. So when it goes next time in the loop, it says is 2 less than 10? True. It enters. Then 3. Is 3 less than 10? Yes, it enters. Then 4, then 5, then 6, then 9. Now last iteration may it will be 9 plus 10. Is 10 less than 11? Yes. So n into 10 will be printed on the screen, and then it will become 10 plus 1 as 11, and it will go back in the while condition to test. Is 11 less than 11? It is not. If it is false, it will come out of the while loop. Now it is interesting to note, if I print the value of the I, it will be 11 because at that value the condition got false. So let me run this for you and show you that when I had given a number 5, the table of 5 got printed from 5 till 50, and when I became 11, since 11 was not less than 11, it came out of the while loop and it printed the I value, which is 11. Whereas in for, if you do the same thing with the for, then how will you do it? You will say for I in range 1 to 11, print n into I, and there is no need of any updation because the for automatically changes the I from 1 to 2 because of the default step, which is plus 1. So when I'm going to come out of the for loop and you observe what is the I is 10 because the last iteration value of I it took was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and the last value was 10. So at 10 n into 10 got executed and it came out of the loop so I was 10 whereas it was not the case in the while. So when while condition was false, it was I 11. So when it came out of the loop, the I was 11. Now let's do some more programs using the while loop and this program is the sum of even number. So till a number given by the user. So I'm asking the user an even number. Supposing the user gave me any number as supposing 7. I have to find the sum of all even numbers starting from your first even number as 2, 2 plus 4, 4 plus 2 as 6 and it will not go beyond 7. So the last number will be 6. So the sum variable has been assigned as 0. I is the starting even number and so is 2 less than equals to 7? True. In the sum which is right now 0, 0 plus 2 will happen and it will be overwritten on the sum which will be 2 now. Next time 2 plus 2 is 4, then 4 will also be added in the sum of, the 4 will also be added in the sum of earlier sum which was this. So 4 will now be added. Next time 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 is less than equals to 7. It will again enter and this is now the whole sum right now so far and the new I value will be added to it. It will again go back and make 6 plus 2 as 8. Is 8 less than equals to 7? It will come out and you can see if I print the sum and the sum will be 6 plus 4 plus 2 plus 0 which is nothing but 12 and I will be 8 and I will be 8. Sorry, this I need to put a comment over here. Let's redo and then let me give the number as 7. So 6 plus 4 plus 2 is 12, the sum, and I is 8. Let's see the sum of natural numbers. So here, instead of incrementing I with plus 2, you will increment it with plus 1. So this will have all natural numbers from 1 till the n number. So to go till n, you are using less than equals to. So there are more programs which I'll be covering in my other videos on Armstrong prime number. So keep watching. Thank you.